What is up, everybody? Steve here at Dynasty Life, and today I'm bringing you five trade targets to go after in Dynasty fantasy football. So we are coming up this week with the trade deadline in most leagues. Some Dynasty leagues don't have a trade line. Some wait until that postseason, until the playoffs start, and some are now just like in kind of some standard redraft leagues. So, there's some guys that I'm looking to target that I would be looking to target right now before this trade deadline comes up. And I guess I'll get right into it. The first guy is going to be Drake London. Hasn't done crazy well this year, which is why you want to buy him now. I mean, this guy was, a top draft pick. I mean, 6'4", 215 pounds. And, the Falcons spent a lot to go and get him. They combined him to go with Kyle Pitts. And, Drake London has been quietly having a great season. They're just not passing the ball a lot. So in target share, I mean, 27.9% target share, good for 11th in the league for wide receivers. His target rate is 30.1%, which is good for ninth in the league for wide receivers. And he can catch the ball. He's got great contested catches. A lot of his catches are contested. You see the touchdowns. You see him going over the middle. You see him taking hits. And with these elite target shares and elite target rates, I mean, this is a guy that just commands targets. So, when they get a QB and he's still extremely young, 21 years old, so you have time to wait, on a QB. This is not something that's going to help your team win right now, right this second, but this is somebody you want to get for the future that you can actually buy low right now because of his production. And depending who has this guy on their team, especially if they're winning right now, they might just want points so they can win a championship. So if you can buy this guy low, definitely go out and get Drake London. Second guy on this list that we're going to be trying to go after is going to be his teammate Kyle Pitts, which I've been pushing for all year. Go and grab him, go and grab him, go and grab him. Fourth overall pick. The guy's 6'6", about 240, 245. Just a freak of an athlete at the tight end position. He's basically a huge wide receiver out there, just creating intense mismatches. So he's definitely a guy you want to go out and get, especially right now that he's not producing so well. You can get him for a lot cheaper. This guy was a first round dynasty startup pick, and before this season, he was going for multiple firsts for somebody to get rid of him, whether it's a standard tight end or tight end premium, two tight end, doesn't matter. This guy was going for numerous first round picks, and you could not get him before the season started. So take advantage now and go and grab him. I mean, this guy last year, 110 targets, 68 catches for 1,026 yards. I think second tight end ever to get over 1,000 yards. Only one touchdown last year, so that's what he was missing. But again, we're waiting for a QB or for that offense to transform into a passing offense. That is when you're going to see them take advantage. So, I mean, target share this year 27.3, good for second amongst tight ends. Target rate this year 33.8, good for first among tight ends. And he's seen an increase in that from 2021. So a 20.3% target share in 2021, which was good for sixth among tight ends, and 23.6% target rate, which was good for 23 points, which was good for ninth in the league at 23.6. So he's increased that from last year to this year, just demanding targets. So the more volume in the passing game, the more you're going to see him just demand these targets. And at this rate, he's going to be incredible. So that is a guy that you want down the stretch for your dynasty football team. Go out and get him now while he is relatively cheap. Next guy we're going to talk about is Amon-Ra St. Brown, my guy. Last year, obviously, burst onto the scene in the second half of the season. A lot of injuries happened. And St. Brown just did his thing. 10, 11, 12 targets like every game, went on a tear. A lot of people thought, oh, well, everybody's out. That's the only reason why that's going to happen. He just continues to do it this year. But I mean, a fourth round pick, target share this year, 27.9%, good for 13th in the league. Target rate, 34.7%, good for second in the league amongst wide receivers. And that is counting a game that he got hurt in, came out a little bit, then wound up coming back in. He's been a little bit banged up. And then there's the game that he got knocked out in the first quarter. It wasn't even really a concussion, but they took him out with these new protocols. So he missed, pretty much that whole game there. And he's a guy that is just gonna, again, just demand targets. And again, we're in the same situation as we were in last year now. Hawkinson's gone, Swift is banged up. Jameson Williams is not on the field. And you can say, hey, Jameson Williams, we're worried about Jameson Williams, which is the perfect reason why you can still go get him. Whoever the St. Brown owner is now, maybe fed up with the injuries, maybe, scared that Jameson Williams comes in and takes some targets away. But Jameson Williams is a different wide receiver. He's a guy that's going to stretch the field with the speed, while Amon-Ra is going to be underneath in his same role. So his role is not going to change with Jameson Williams coming into the offense. So don't be afraid of that. Go out and get St. Brown now while you can, before it's too late. Again, all these guys we're talking about here are going to be extremely expensive. Um, after this season, or once they start really breaking out. Another tight end we're going to hit you with is going to be Pat Fryermuth, Baby Gronk himself, as they call him. Sixth in target share, fifth in target rate, fifth in air yard share, sixth in A dot, which is the average depth of target, and sixth in yards per route run. So he's got, pretty much top five numbers in everything as far as tight ends are concerned. And that offense is not really rolling yet. As Kenny Pickett starts to roll and starts to get more and more reps and starts to get more repetition and more experience, you will see Fryermuth continue to do his thing. But for me, I mean, he's a top five dynasty tight end. You can get him for decently cheap right now. It depends, but if you can go get him, go out and get him, because he is somebody that is going to be good for plenty of years to come. The last guy I'm going to hit you with is going to be T. Higgins. Go out and get T. Higgins while you can, if it's possible. 6'4", 215 pounds. This guy, 15 points per game last year. He was top 24 last year, and he missed about 3 games. So, that hurt him, obviously. But even with Chase there, it doesn't matter. He's still getting targets. That offense is elite. He's tied to Joe Burrow. They're passing the ball a lot. Last year, they were one of the slowest offenses in the league, with Joe Burrow just kind of coming back from the injury and everything. This year, they're at the top as far as pace. So you're looking at a guy who could really break out, and it might not happen this year. Things are not kind of going exactly how they planned so far. Jamar Chase gets hurt. Higgins was banged up already this year, still kind of is. So it's a good time to go get him now while he's hurt and not producing as you would think, or as he should. Only averaging 12.5 points per game this year, so a little bit down from what he had last year. Obviously, he's got the injuries as well. So if you can go grab him now while you can, because the price is going to be too high. These are just some young assets that you can try and go out and get while they're cheap, and you've just got to take advantage, especially when it comes to dynasty. These values just fluctuate; they go up and down every game, and people are feeling different ways about different guys. So, go out and get these guys. They're demanding targets, and they're only going to get better as they get older. And these are all young elite guys. So go out and grab these guys. Let me know what you guys think. Are you guys going out and grabbing these guys? Do you agree? Do you not agree? Are there any other guys you want to go out and get? I mean, there's a huge list of guys, of course, that you can kind of go out and get right now. These are just 5 guys quickly, and at the top of my list to try and go get at the moment. A couple other guys as well. I mean, Treylon Burks is out there also. If you can go grab him, go grab him. But these are kind of my top 5 guys I'm going to try and go out and get right now. So if you like this video, hit that like, hit that subscribe, drop something in the comments. Let me know if you agree or not. But these are going to be my 5 guys to try and go get right before this deadline comes up. So let me know what you think, and I'll see you on the next video.